so blessed to have you in our life. So thank you so, so much, and we love you all. And, and now I'm going to give the mic to my dad. His turn.
Customary for the father of the bride to offer a few words of wisdom and maybe a little marital advice to the royal couple before I propose the toast. So I'm sorry about this, but you're all about to experience, endure what it's like to be one of my children. One, Merin, the hillbilly vasectomy. Having their 11th child, and now the man and his cousin decided they had enough because they didn't have a big enough bed. So they went to their local veterinarian and asked him, what can we do about this? Well, he said, get yourself a cherry bomb, light it, put it in a beer can, hold it up to your ear, and count to 10. I can do that. So he goes home, drops the cherry bomb in the can, holds it up to his ear, and starts to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Problem. 6. Knocks on the door of her dad's house. Her dad, Bridget, my love, where have you been? What have you been doing? Well, Dad, I became a prostitute. I'm so ashamed. I'm so humiliated. I don't have a daughter. Now, Dad, before you get all drama, here's a mini coat for Mom, and outside there's a Mercedes for you with $1 million in the front seat. Now, Bridget, my love, what has it said you've been doing? I said I was a prostitute, Dad. Oh, thank God. Come hug your dad. I thought you said you became a Protestant. A little charming, a little witty, thinking on your feet. Okay, 3. A couple of months ago, my Uncle Monty reminded me of a story of my grandmother dear. Now, my grandmother dear was a practical joker, if there ever was one. This is a woman who nailed a nickel to her wood floor. So my Aunt Martha and her went shopping at the Emporium, and after a time they had to use the restroom. Well, dear goes in, does her thing, comes out, and then Marlis goes in, settles into a stall, puts her purse down, but she doesn't know that dear is snuck in after her. And with the practiced skill of a Barcelona purse snatcher, reaches under the door, grabs the purse, and rushes out of the restroom. Dear screaming, "Stop, thief!" Dear laughing as only she could. Practical jokes, larceny, mischief. This is going to make sense, I hope. Now, we all know love flourishes where there are random acts of romance. Consideration. Post-it notes in the just dumb enough to want what you've got. You hold each other's hearts in your hands. No career, no possession, no anything is as important as that heart you hold. Henceforth, Ryan, there's only one woman in this world. No groans or moans at some babe outside or on television. None. There's Merin and you worship her. A rock, not just for Merin, but our whole family. It must have been so awkward for you, but you just pitched in without being asked. Errands, sweeping the house, we all saw. Tony loved you for this. And said she could never have imagined. Our baby. You know Mom's standing next to you. Her hand is on your head. Huge smile, eyes glistening and twinkling with pride. The day you were born to that point was the happiest day of our lives. A crying miracle of a day. Honey, you were perfectly beautiful and radiant, just as you are today. But a lot less gooey. All those videos, Mommy and I pulling on you. My baby, no my baby, no my baby. Only half kidding. We couldn't get enough of you. Mom dedicated her life to you. Every minute, in return, she received boundless, immeasurable happiness. And she told me repeatedly in her life, she had everything she ever wanted. From the age of 1, you and I were inseparable. You get Steve and his baby. In those days, I had a bunch of union referral dental offices. And I had lots of meetings with bankers and insurance people and union leaders and lawyers and everything. you and I had meetings. Merin would crawl around their offices, tipping over waste paper baskets and doing other business. At this point, I'd like to take a moment to thank the inventors of the Huggy and the Baby Wipe. Our Merin, thousands of perfect moments, the thrill of our lifetimes. We are so proud of you, proud of how you've chosen to serve people as a nurse in their life and death moments, proud of how warm you are and how big a heart you have, how fun and funny you are. The same family glistening and twinkle in your eyes. Honey, we love you so much. And Mommy wanted me to say one more thing to you. Don't spend too much money. So we would ask God to bless this marriage and grant you wisdom to understand generosity and forgiveness. May you have health and laughter in a fiery love affair of a marriage. May you make your lives sweet and joyous as you fulfill your dreams. May you be dumb enough to be smart, to ignore the conforming world and love outside the box. May you be crazy happy and live lives bold with charm and mischief. And may God give me grandchildren. It is our life's honor. It's our life's honor to propose a toast of love to Merin and her Ryan Ellis.
Came to visit